For a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the side lengths starting from shortest to biggest would be x, and then x times the square root of 3, and then times 2x times 2, so 2x. What does that mean? Well, let me write this down first. Again, knowing these, I guess, facts are shortcuts. So you can still get all of this with Pythagorean theorem, but these are to help you get things a lot quicker, and sometimes it's useful to know. So what does this mean? I'm going to draw a picture. So if I had a right triangle, the shortest side is going to be my x, and then that means the middle length, or I guess the medium size one, is x times the square root of 3, and the hypotenuse is 2x. So again, if I gave you a triangle that was like, I told you it was 30, 60, 90, well, this would have to be 30. No, sorry, that would have to be 60, because this side is bigger than this side, so this angle has to be bigger than this angle, because they're opposite of those sides. So this would have to be 30, and that's already 90. So if I told you this was a 30, 60, 90 triangle, and I said that this was 18, then you can figure out immediately the rest of this. How do I know this? Well, this 18 has to be 2 times something. That something is 9. So I'm just going to fill in the rest. This is 9, and this is 9 root 3. Easy. That's if you know 30, 60, 90 triangles. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Next, we can talk about the perimeter and area of a triangle. The perimeter is very simple. It's just the distance all the way around. You add up all of the side lengths. And the area for a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height of the triangle. Sometimes you need to use Pythagorean theorem to find some of those pieces, but it's always 1/2 times the base times the height. So let's look at an example that uses the 30, 60, 90 triangle and area and perimeter. So to get the area, I need 1/2 times the base. The base of this triangle, I'm going to consider this part. I mean, I could take this and just like rotate it, and then now that's the base, but then I don't know the height. I don't know if you can see that, but like if I rotated it, that would be, so now I would have this would be the base, and the perpendicular distance from the base to the top vertex would be considered the height, but I don't have that, so I'm going to re-rotate this back. So now I have this as the base, and the perpendicular distance from the base to the top vertex is the height. So that's what I'm using for base times height. But I need my base. I need my base. I need how long this is. But I'm looking at this, and I know. Oh, also I'm told that this is an equilateral triangle. So all 3 of those are congruent. So this is also H, and this thing is also H. I'm told that it's an equilateral triangle. So find the area and perimeter. So I already know what the. Oh no, I don't know what the base is. The base is H. Maybe I'll call it B. Maybe not. But I need to figure out what this is. And I see that it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. 30, 60, 90. And the longer side is 12. So I'm going to try and fit it. This is the longer leg, not the longest side. The longest side is the hypotenuse, which is H. So I'm going to try and fit this to that. That means 12, that has to equal some number, x, times the square root of 3. That's what it says there. And that has to equal 12. Because that means this is regular x, so if this one, maybe I'll do it in blue. This would be x, this would be x times root 3, and this one will end up being 2x. So I'm just trying to fit that format. And then if I figure out what x is, then I figure out this and that. So great. I can just divide by the square root of 3. So x equals 12 divided by the square root of 3. Now if I wanted to rationalize this, remember I can multiply by the square root of 3 on the bottom and the top. So what do I get? I get x equals 12 root 3 divided by 3, and that's the same thing, x equals 4 square root of 3. So I know this, and that means I also know that. That's 8 square root of 3. So h equals 8 times the square root of 3. Hopefully this makes sense. And x is that. I just set it up based on this Pythagorean, the 30, 60, 90 triangle. The shortest side was x, so I got the shortest side, made it x. The middle length, the medium length was x times root 3, so I said, oh, 12 has to be x times the square root of 3. That's why I wrote that equation. And then the hypotenuse had to be 2x. So I have that. The perimeter, I guess I'll find first, is h times 3. It's just h plus h plus h. So h times 3. So perimeter, that's just going to be this times 3. So 24 square root of 3. And then the area would be 1/2 times the base. But in this case, look at this. This whole thing is the base, which was 8 square root of 3. But half of it is x. We already have that. We don't have to. So like all of this piece, all of, I shouldn't say base times height. Oh well, I had h for hypotenuse. There. So 1/2 times the base, that's going to be 4 square root of 3, because this is 1/2 of that. So a equals 4 square root of 3. And then times the height is this altitude, it's also called an altitude, and that was 12. So the area is 12 times 4 is 48, 48 root 3. Hopefully that makes sense. And we have 30, 60, 90 and the area of the triangles. I'm going to be done with this video.